It is absolutely a mess. StreamYard, my internet says it's good though. StreamYard wouldn't let me on at all. So I don't know what's going on. So hopefully I posted in the original group or the original StreamYard live that was going to be for tonight. And if I lose this live, I'll come back because I got a lot of stuff to give you. And it figures like the biggest scoop that I've had on YouTube. Uh, StreamYard doesn't want to work. But so hopefully you guys could come here. Hopefully you guys are going to get alerts for this. I certainly hope so. But if not, if I don't see anyone coming in, I'll just give you what I got and I'll try to share this to YouTube because I don't know what's going on technology wise here at my house. So, yeah, nobody's in here yet. I was in StreamYard Live, but it said nobody could see it. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening. But, anyways, okay, someone's in here, so this is starting to work. I shared in that thing. If whoever this is, if you're watching or someone, if you want to pop in that group that I'm there, I'll wait a couple minutes here because I have a lot. Jinx, I just talked to Jinx. I did a screen recording of our conversation. She gave me a ton of information, but now I can't play it because not on StreamYard. So again, as you guys come in, my StreamYard is acting very wonky today. I don't know what's going on. I played my intro video and it said I was live. So yeah, Ben or somebody. I posted in there. If someone go back in there and post for me, please, that I'm just find me live on YouTube. I posted that in there. I said I'm going to try YouTube Live because my StreamYard will not work. So I have a ton of stuff to give you guys. I just talked to the Jinx at the courthouse. Court is still in session. They had a small break about 10 to 7. Well, about 5 to 7, she went back in. So I got some stuff that I want to give you, including an absolute bombshell, and I don't know what it means, about the picture of Abby on the bridge. And it was Detective Cecil from the Indiana State Police. Amber Holder took the stand. And like I said, she gave me a really great, detailed, I did a screen recording of it, but I'm not going to be able to play it now. Oh, Gail, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But if someone could pop in that stream or whatever, or Discord and say I'm over here, because what I have to give you is really good. I also had pictures that Rescue All the Dogs took today, too. So I'm going to surmise some of that. And Frank Meister, I believe, is going live at 8:30. I don't know if Marv is. But this stuff, as they come out of court, and it might go to 9 o'clock tonight, they said. It might go to 9 o'clock tonight. Jinx said that when McClellan started calling witnesses, he called his first witness. He's like, I like to call my first witness. And even Kathy Allen was like, your first witness. So this was like at like 4 o'clock or something like that. Don't quote me on the times, but they could be there for quite a while. They will probably be in court as long as this live stream is up. And again, if you're just coming in, I'm sorry. My StreamYard said I was live, but nobody could get in it. I didn't see it on YouTube. So I did this instead. So we got about 20 people in here. I'm going to give it another minute. I'm going to give you what I got because it's kind of unfucking believable. It really is. I'm not a teaser and I don't want it to wait. But I don't want people coming in and misconstruing like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Miranda, my StreamYard wouldn't work for me today. It's the first time I ever had a problem in almost 2 years. So I'll rip a couple heaters while I talk to you tonight and drink my tea on the porch. So this is like a Coach Kev from the porch live, and it wasn't meant to be. Because I had a lot of shit I wanted to share, too. So we're getting up near 30 people. So the first thing that I have to tell you, this is from Jinx, who was out on a cigarette break. She went back into the courthouse about 5 to 7. They might go till 9 o'clock tonight, okay? The defense had just finished. Don't quote me on the time, probably around 4 o'clock. And then the prosecution was calling some people. So, the big thing is this. The big thing is this. And if you're just listening, I had a phone conversation recorded with Jinx that I can't play here. So, I don't know. Maybe the Odinist got to me for talking shit on him and did something to my internet. I don't know. But anyways, the video of Bridge Guy on the bridge, the video is from Liberty German's phone. We knew that, right? Liberty German's phone shut off, and I don't have the exact time because I had that in the thing, but it was like 2:39. It was about 26 minutes after. Oh, thank you so much, Shadowbox. You guys are fantastic and too much. And I can't see the comments because they go away really fast. What's up, Ruckus? I'm not even saying hi to anybody. Real Dragon hacked me. Might have been. Or either that or maybe a little Dutch boy who got my PayPal. But water under the bridge, right? So anyways. So Cecil's on the stand and Aj, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, is questioning him. So the phone they do it. The iPhone in 2017 had the foot tracker on it to take steps, and it said the phone didn't move after 2:39 p.m. Now, if the phone went into a car, it wouldn't track that. It would just track steps. But unless you could drive a car to that spot, that phone didn't move, okay? But here's the bombshell thing. Here's the bombshell thing. Ajay with Chuck Cecil on a stand. He's the Indiana State Police Crimes vs. Children internet guy. I got to take a rip of a heater before I say this. The picture that we saw of Abby on the bridge, the black and white picture, was not on Liberty's phone. I'll say that again. The picture of Abby that we all saw on the bridge with the Chuck Taylors and the sweatshirt on, that picture was not on Liberty's phone. Chuck Cecil admitted that under a cross-examination. And what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. But that's crazy to me. Now, me and Jinx talked real briefly with the few moments we had. And if I remember correctly, there was a kid who was credited in a newspaper for that photograph. But I don't know that for sure. If anybody knows that, put it in the chat. So Teresa the Troll, they didn't say they didn't say where it was found. That didn't come up. So I don't know if they asked that question and they already know where it's found, but they don't want to say that. But apparently there was, I guess McClellan didn't redirect it as far as I can tell. But again, it was I said that to Jinx to Abby's phone, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that Abby had a phone. Whatever. I come to that conclusion for various things, and I don't know that for a fact. But so again, that wasn't found. I'll say it again for people coming in. The video of Liberty German talk of Bridge Guy, who I believe to be Richard Allen. You know, that's what I believe. The video wasn't much longer than 43 seconds. That particular video, the phone stopped moving at 2:39 p.m. It stopped moving at 2:39 p.m. She had an app on her phone, a 2017 iPhone, or whatever year it was in 2017, where you take your steps. It counts your steps. So if you're in a car, it won't count your steps. But that phone didn't move after 2:39 p.m. So if the girls were taken out of proposing that phone stayed there. It didn't go with her. If you're in a car, it's not going to record that data, but you can't drive a car to that area, get in a car and leave, okay? So that was like the big, that's crazy. I don't know what that means, and I certainly hope the prosecution has an answer and is able to understand that, because listen, that gives, you know, the people that think that Alan's innocent and this is a big conspiracy or whatever, that's a foot in the door. That's a foot in the door. So that needs to be explained. So moving forward, Amber Holder took the stand. Amber Holder was married to Brad Holder for a short time. She says they still are amicable and things like that. He was very much into Odinism, very much into it. He would do blood sacrifices where he would cut himself and pour things on things. He said he cut her once, kind of without her permission, and kind of held it over a thing and then tried to explain it away. The big thing that I got from Jinx's notes and from people at the courthouse, there's a lot of people there covering the court, and we need to thank them all, whether they're pro-prosecution, whether they're down the middle, whatever they are, because they're taking time out of their days. So please, Cash App those people, give them super stickers, you know, whatever you want to do, and because they're taking time out of their days for this. So, but anyways, she says that Holder's wife said that during a drunk one time, he was all loaded up. This is Brad Holder. Logan was really down about losing his girlfriend. Like, so this is the second or third person that Anna Williams said this too, that he was devastated. That Logan Holder was absolutely devastated to lose his girlfriend. He said in a drunken binge, and he was really intoxicated, that Westfall and other people killed your girlfriend. Again, Amber Holder, Brad Holder's wife, today in Delphi, testifies that during a drunken binge, or I shouldn't say a binge, he was really drunk, and Logan Holder was really, really upset. And like I said, Anna Williams confirmed this, other people. What's up, Frank? Sorry, I sent you the link, but my StreamYard's fucked up, Frank. So hopefully I'm glad everyone found their thing here. But Amber Holder said today during testimony that Brad Holder was drunk, Logan was really down about losing his girlfriend, and he said to him that Patrick Westfall killed your girlfriend with other people. So these are things that I believe that the police already knew, but we didn't know this. So does that sound bad? Does that sound fucked up? Sure does. You have to run it down. Did they run it down? Certainly hope they ran it down, and this just isn't coming out now. So thanks, Dan. And my StreamYard was down. So again, Amber Holder, say it one more time. Amber Holder testifies that, and she also testifies she never met Elvis Fields, she never met Westfall, and she never met Messer. She never personally met any of those people, but Brad Holder was a big time Odinist. She also testified that Odin is a protector of children and women, which I didn't know. So in no way, shape, or form would this ever happen. Uh, there was an issue. There was some blood ritual where he had the falling out with Westfall. I think it was Westfall. I don't think it was Messer. There was some blood on a rock or something. And there was also talk that Westfall wanted to move up from doing animal sacrifices to doing human sacrifices. This is what Amber Holder testified to that Brad had told her. So when all these things are coming out, you could see, okay, we have to run down this investigative route. Miranda, I don't know if he will or not. Remember, the state could call Brad Holder, which they might do. This was the defense. So again, this is her, and I don't have all the total updates and everyone's notes. I have pictures of notes that I can't share with you now because I'm doing this here instead. So I apologize, but I'll share them. They're from Rescue All the Dogs. I'll share them on my community page, and you could read them too. One of the big things I shared on Facebook today was Richard Allen. They said he found God. He gave his Bible away, and he wanted the families of Liberty and Abbey to have the Bible. He wanted the families of Liberty and Abbey to have the Bible. That was in Kim's notes, and I hope they can extrapolate on that a little bit. Let's see what else we have. God, I wish I could play Jinx's thing, because she gave so much stuff. But again, to recap, the big thing, the big story to me, the video was taken. Okay, so in 2017, the videos, either the phone or the Snapchat, they had GPS on the video, but not the pictures at that time. So the the video was 100% taken at 2:13 on that day. There's no question about it anymore. The forensics prove that. So if anyone says that video is taken, it wasn't. That video was taken on February 13th, 2017 on the Monon High Bridge. GPS, not phone ping, GPS, which I think is down to within like 10 feet. They know that video was taken there. That phone stopped moving because in 2017, either iPhone or Liberty had an app that counts your steps. It's like a health thing. I had one before. But it doesn't count when you're in a car. But there's no way to drive a car from where they were found and get right in a car. So there would have had to be several steps. It had been probably thousands of steps to get to a car. So that phone didn't move. Did the girls move? I don't think they did, but that phone didn't move. It died. The phone died about 4. Don't quote me on the time. It was around 4 a.m. And right before the phone died, they found there was 15 texts that were sent to Abby's phone, or to Liberty's phone. I apologize, to Liberty's phone. And I don't know how that worked. I don't know how, if they all came at once, if it was out of service and it gets serviced, and you know how they were like a second apart. So do you know how, if your phone, if you don't have service and you get service again, and you'll get like 10 messages, and they'll say that they're from 4 o'clock in the morning, but one was at 2, one was at 4. So I believe that that's what happened. I believe that's what happened to that. I'm not a phone expert. And as these folks come out of court, and if you're just getting here, the court might run till 9 o'clock tonight, is what I'm hearing. Jinx came out, and I talked to her about 5 to 7, right before I attempted to go on StreamYard. And these are the things that we found out so far. Also, let's see, what else did I have? There was the autopsy. So they said during the autopsy, the defense said there was no time of death, and it was now if you look at it, it says J.D. McCree did the autopsy. I think that's his name, or J.D. Cree. The name on this sounds fucking fake. Like, really? Like, that's really his name? But okay. He was like a young guy at one office that's an elected official there. But then I also read that it was in Terre Haute, the autopsy. And Ruckus pointed out to me that the autopsy might not always say time of death, but if there's an ME report or anything like that further on, that'll show the time of death, because they're saying that what Baldwin said was the autopsy did not have a time of death. Now, is there an ME report that has a time of death? I don't know. The girls were only there for a day, and it was colder out, even though it was warm for that day. So they would have had no problem with time of death. I don't know if McClellan ever responded to that, so I can't say that. But that's a big thing, so I'm going to give it to you. Even though it might make another question, like, hey, what's going on here? And again, the other thing that from Rescue All the Dogs is, if you're just coming in, that Richard Allen wanted to give away his Bible, found Jesus in jail. Multiple people were saying this, not from the defense yet. Multiple people were saying this, and he gave his Bible, and he wanted to give it to the families of Liberty and Abby, showing remorse. Doug Carter said in 2019 at that press conference that was scripted by the Behavioral Analysis Unit, according to Jim Clemente, former supervisory special agent, criminal profiler, that was totally scripted. And they knew whoever this killer was, whether they knew it was Allen or not in 2019, showed remorse at the crime scene. I think it's undoing. Richard Allen has said multiple times here to different people. I'm sorry I can't see any of your comments either, guys. I'm going to try to go through them, but the screen's like this big for them, and I need a goddamn magnifying glass. But again, if you're just tuning in, and this live isn't going to be that long, because I didn't intend to do it this way, but I just wanted to give you some of the bombshells that I talked to Jinx with. So, not a priest, but whoever, a chaplain. He also confessed to a chaplain. Over 60, you've heard this before, over 60 confessions with detail. 40 didn't have detail. The shooting in the back thing was an inmate asked him, hey, what would you do would you do different? And he said he would have done that so he didn't have to see their faces, which also shows remorse clearly. I'm trying to think. Again, the autopsy thing, did J.D. Cree, I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name right, did J.D. Cree do the autopsy or not? It says everywhere that he did, but I also read it was in Terre Haute, which is in a different county, Vigo County, or I'm probably saying that wrong. So you have a let me explain this to you. And unfortunately, I just found out this difference. Brooke had a death in her immediate family, a very young person, who unfortunately took her own life. And they had a coroner up there. This is up in her hometown of Punxsutawney. So they had a coroner up there, and they don't have a medical examiner. So the police were there. They let the medical examiner the coroner actually a funeral home person took the body. So I called my brother. My brother works for the Attorney General in Pennsylvania, and I'm like, that sounds crazy. And here's what he explained to me. It's like it's in Pennsylvania too, also in Indiana. I don't know. All Indiana counties might be elected. Coroners are elected. A lot of times they're not doctors. If you look at the list of coroners in Indiana, there's only a couple that are doctors. So one of them actually I think is in Terre Haute right now. I think she was the first elected black woman coroner in the state of Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't remember her name, but she's a doctor. At the time, from what I can tell, the coroner in Terre Haute was a doctor. J.D. McCree, again, elected position, so you have to have a bare minimum of requirements. You're elected. But we have in Allegheny County's appointed medical examiner. Medical examiner gives you times of death, things like that. I know from the Florida girls, it was a Carroll County autopsies. There's no time of death listed in any of I have their autopsies. There's no time of death listed. There's cause and everything like that, but there's no time of death listed. So I don't really understand what that is, and I don't know if McClellan responded to that, but I hope that McClellan would have, McClellan would have responded to that in some way, shape, or form to say, okay, autopsies have it, the medical examiner's report, or whoever did this report will have, and will have that time of death. So I'm not exactly sure about that, though, but I found that interesting. So again, their defense is doing their job of trying to punch holes. So let me see if I can come here and answer some questions without kicking myself off of here. Mustang, Ruckus, Gail, the Saint, Ben, Willie Dicker, how are you? Unhinged, Shadowbox, Real Dragon, thank you again, Gail Hurd, Audrey Abbott, good to see you. Thank you, Ben, for going back in there and letting everyone know. Again, if you're just coming in, I don't even know what the hell happened to my StreamYard. It said I was going live, but it wasn't on my phone. It wasn't active, and I obviously couldn't see anyone's comments. So that's why I'm doing this. I was just on the phone with Jinx about 5 minutes before 7. The court's still going on. It might go until 9 o'clock tonight. The defense just started around 4 or so, maybe 4:30. With their witnesses. Mullen was coming up today. Oh, and before I get into the questions, there's another thing too. Did I write her name down? I Google searched it and I shared her picture. Pearl. Oh my God. I can't turn out of this screen either. I'll kick me off. I'm sorry, but I shared it in the Discord. So the defense called a ritualistic expert on murder. And goodness gracious, I'm sorry I can't remember her name. I'm a little kerfluffled here with what I have. But anyways, she explained what could have been an Odinist ritual, and she's seen one other Odinist ritual where they killed people, but the case has not been adjudicated yet. I don't know if it was in California. She works in different states. She works like serial killer. She works a lot of crime scene stuff. So, and again, in Kim's notes, and I'm trying to remember as best I can, I assume, from what I understand, she just saw the crime scene pictures. She didn't find, she knew nothing about Brad Holder or any of those guys. They just showed her the crime scene pictures per Kim's notes. And again, I'll share Kim's notes when I get off of here in my community page with you. And there's about 6 pages of them. But again, since I'm on here instead of StreamYard, I don't really know how to do anything except talk and read you what I have. I don't think I need to cover the first few days, the first 2 days. A lot of people did that. Marv did it, Kristen, Frank, a lot of lives, Frosty and Mark. A lot of people have. The defense or the prosecutor's podcast tweeted today. I had this tweet to show you too, but I can't. They tweeted today, and this is what I said. I talked to Frank Meister today. I talked to Jinx, talked to a couple other people. These are prosecutors, Brett and Alice. They said it's very clear to us that Richard Allen wants to plead and his attorneys won't let him, and that's my impression too. Again, I'm not in the courtroom, but the finding Jesus thing. Listen, if he truly found Jesus, and hopefully for his sake he did, I won't pretend to know how that shit works because I'm not a super religious person. I consider myself spiritual, but not necessarily that religious. So I don't know how that works, and I'm not going to knock him for it. But if he did that, he has to plea. You understand? He has to plea. He has to say, hey, I did this for whatever reason I did this. And will we ever find out what happened? I think we will to a certain extent through court documents that could be released after if he would plead. But the Jesus thing, if they play up on that and if that's legitimate, I think McClellan kind of poked holes in it today, maybe that he didn't. Again, going off of Kim's notes, which I can't show you because my darn StreamYard wouldn't work, but I'm not complaining. The big things that I wanted to get to you, and I'm going to cover them again real quick. And again, without being able to show you stuff, this is probably going to be a quick live. So, Frank Meister, I don't know if you're still in chat. I'm going to get to your questions first. If he was just going to do a live at 8:30 tonight, I'm not sure if he is or not. If he does do a live, Frank, I'll come up with you and I'll send you what I have if you want to show it. So let me see what we got here. Marv helping your daughter pack. Yeah, you can't even show a comment, I don't think. I'm not going to touch anything because I don't want it to go off, so. Ruckus Mustang. Thank you again, Shadowbox. 63 clocks. Yeah, Jinx was there. Jinx ran out of cigarettes. She had a bum one off somebody, but she's like, it was just too much in there. I had to get out of there. Frank Meister mentioned to me how bad the seats were and how bad it hurt. And he took a cushion Wednesday, but didn't take one Tuesday, so it was too late. Miranda, I know smoking's bad. My girlfriend gets on it to me all the time. I really got no defense to it. You know, weed's one thing, but yeah. What is up, War Kitten? CJK? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened exactly to my StreamYard on my laptop there, but it said it was live, but I had like the little things, like the little Wi-Fi things, like your third eye. That's a crazy conspiracy theory that I actually believe into. Marv, you said it was on Trail Cam. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Deb's True Crime, it probably was on Abby's phone. That was my initial thing. Oh, you mean the picture? I don't know. I'm not sure. And again, if anyone remember how that picture came out, I thought a boy, gave it to a local paper and they credited it for him, but I could be wrong. What is up, James? Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte, I think Abby had a phone. And maybe her mom didn't know she had a phone, or maybe the police told Anna, hey, don't say that she had a phone because that's, again, something the killer would know. It was in Snapchat cloud. Snapchat photos do not stay on your phone. Ruckus is saying. That could absolutely be the right explanation. Again, I just know that it didn't have that. But I know that the GPS on that video was taken at 2:13 on February 13th. So anyone that says that video is, which we thought, you know, I mean, you sent that to the FBI, you sent that to Disney, and maybe someone in the general public that could break that, but they didn't. And that video was taken there, so. Marv, the 2:39 is when the phone stopped, but I haven't heard a time of death. And again, I'm way behind in the comments here. I'm like Tom Webster behind in the comments here, but not as cute or as funny as him. That's when her phone quit moving. Her phone didn't move after 2:39, according to her step tracker app. That was testified by Cecil from the ISP. I'm not sure of his rank. He's in charge of the Internet Crimes versus Children. So he's a lot to do with all these arrests. Amber Holder took the stand for the defense. Yes, 63 clock, she did. She didn't seem like she blasted Brad that much. She said that they got along pretty well, and I know people said that they've seen him. I don't know if they've seen him at these sessions, but he's been at other courthouses all dressed up with an attorney. So I friend requested him on Facebook. I mean, worst he could do is say no or go fuck yourself. But both are his rights. Free country. Okay, going through these comments slowly. Holder, Westerman, Fields are not BG. Allen is. Yeah, well, Holder can't be. We know for a fact that Brad Holder cannot be BG. You know, he punched out at 245, and we know that that video was taken at 213. So Brad Holder is not BG. The only way you could pretty much include Brad Holder in this situation is if the body's removed, and if the body's removed immediately, like the girls were taken out of the area immediately. From what we know about the phone, maybe the phone was dropped in that scene. It would be odd for them to drop the phone in the place where they found the bodies, though. Don't you think so? Wouldn't that be weird? So again, to me, and I was pretty sure of this anyway, but to me, this is more confirming evidence that the girls never left. They never left there. Miranda, why isn't Brad testifying? I might have answered this before. He could be called by the prosecution. I don't know. Hearsay from Amber Holder. Yeah, it could be. Did anyone corroborate this or whatever? I don't know. Saint already found God. You know what? I know a lot of people are saying that, but I tell you what. If he found God and it was a ploy, and I could be wrong. If he found God and it was a ploy, why would he hurt himself like he's hurting himself? He's doing himself in. So on Richard Allen's account, and I don't care for the human being at all. Listen, I don't really care for Brad Holder or Westfall or any of them either. I think that they're criminals. Probably in all cases. No offense. I'm sure that they would be okay with me saying that because I said no offense. But they're not our criminal. I told Frank after that. I think I told Jinx that. Like they're our criminal. But I'm tending to believe he found God. And here's the other thing with the confessions. He's not a lone wolf. He made 60 detailed confessions, and not once did he implicate anyone else. As far as we know, anyone else. So that's very, very odd, because the defense has all these confessions, and I'm sure they'd be like, oh, he said he did it with Jimmy Ray Jim Bob from down the road or something like that. Yeah, Bossy, if you're talking about the Bible, yeah. See, I'm almost on the side where maybe he did find God. Maybe he really did. I don't know. But if he did, he's going to plead. There's no way he's going to go to trial if he found God, legitimately. So, I don't know. But again, I'm no expert on Christianity for sure. So, I'm probably not the right guy. But, in the past, he's clearly worried about his family. Sleuth just did, I think it was Sleuth, Israel Keys video the other day. I did an Israel Keys video someone asked me to do on a couple of subscribers. Actually, I think it was a vote, and I didn't know much about him. But he killed himself before he found out, if his daughter could find out, that he cut people up. He didn't want her to find that out. And he asked to be put to death, and they wouldn't put him to death. So he killed himself. The guy's begging to be put to death. Fuck it. Put him to death. Free country, right? Hold on a second. I'm sorry ahead of time, Miranda. You're right. I got no defense. Okay, the judge won't allow any of this nonsense at trial from Ruckus. I'm hoping that when they come out of there, that they have a ruling on the third-party thing, and it could sit. It could be another thing she has to rule on. But again, if you're just coming in there still in court, wanting the families to have his Bible, to me, is a sign he's trying to seek forgiveness. Yes, Deb, I think so, too. And again, if he was doing this as a work or an act, let's say, and I don't think it is. I really don't, from what I've heard so far. Maybe I could be wrong. I'll come back here and tell you I'm wrong. But he wouldn't hurt himself. He would use this and, I'm a Christian now, but he wouldn't be giving up what he's given up. He wouldn't be doing all these confessions and things like that. Charlotte, bless Jinx, darling heart, and rescue. Yes, yes. Message held for review. Instead of your Bible, RA, give them a guilty plea and explain that piece of shit. Saint, that's a good message. You get approval from me on it. Oh, another moderator already handed it. Thank you, David. I'm just relaying what the people are doing the hard leg work. So you got to thank Jinx, Rescue All the Dogs, and all the people that are covering this case. Even the people that are pro-defense or pro-Richard Allen or think it's a bunch of conspiracy. They're taking their time out and they're bringing us back information. And it's very interesting to hear. And I said this on the live a couple weeks ago. Every night it's going to be, we won, we won. Our side won, our side won. No one's minds are going to change. And I haven't seen too many people's mind change because of any of this. Nancy Grace this afternoon said she hopes the Odinist theory. Yeah, I heard that. 63 Clock said this. Nancy Grace this afternoon said she hopes the Odinist theory is allowed because she thinks it's so crazy she can't imagine a jury believing it. I watched that today, 63 Clocks, not too long ago. I made chicken wings for dinner for me and my youngest, and I watched that. And I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way. And she was with Susan Hendricks. Nancy Grace and Susan Hendricks. Two American icons. Love them both. To those who have been attending all the hearings, we appreciate and thank you. CJK, absolutely. Mike said he could see his messages were sent but not read. That's from see-through. Again, that's what I think happened. I've had that happen to me, and I'm no phone expert. But if you say you turn your phone off or your phone dies and you turn your phone back on or you lose service, you don't have any service. I just had that driving to the beach. You know, there's a lot of rural areas of North Carolina, and boy, are they fucking beautiful. But anyways, you'd lose phone service, and someone would, sometimes for half hour, 45 minutes. Luckily, my GPS would stay on somehow. I don't know how that stayed on, but we knew where we were going. And I would get all these messages. There was a lot of union shit going on because every time I go away, someone's a fucking asshole at work, and I gotta try to get them out of trouble. So I had all these messages, and they always said like 606, 606, because that's like when we got into the civilization area. And they go, oh, we've been texting you for like the last hour and a half, and someone here handled it, so which was awesome. My secretary handled it. What's up, Brandon? How are you? So I think that's what happened. But there was 15 messages just after 4 a.m. I think it was 4:14, but don't quote me on the time. So her phone died at 4 a.m. So that also, I'm waiting to hear if that could explain the phone pings all over town at 4 a.m. in the middle of the night. I'm wondering if that could be explained. So hopefully that they're going to come out of court and maybe have an explanation for that, or that's something we'll hear about at trial. But I'm just trying to give you the straight dope here today, the skinny. David, can't forgive but have tempered hate. Listen, it's sometimes if people kill people, some of them can't be rehabilitated. There is instances where like maybe it's self-defense, and God, I'm kind of against the death penalty, but I don't know. When killing a kid's, where do you draw the line? When you're 18, you kill someone, I don't know, but, oh, man. But no, David, I think a lot of people feel that way. Thank you, James. If he had any remorse, did not put the family through trial. See-through, you're right. He's not worried about their family, he's worried about his family. And he said that on multiple occasions to multiple people in his confessions. He even said it to, I guess, his wife. He said, hey, if this gets to be too much, just say so. So he's not worried about them. Saint says, just end the RA circus. If you hear a buzzing, we got a odor call on McCleary Street. The gas odor. Hopefully it's a gas odor. Could be worse. Delu process gang. The prof is going really hard on the shot in the back thing to prove he didn't do it. Well, the inmate asked him what would he have done different. So I could see, if you just took that on face value, again, you kind of got this quality evidence and things that we thought we knew. Like today, the thing with Abby, with her phone, the picture, and again, if you're just coming in, the picture on Abby's phone, or the picture, let me say this, let me back up. The picture of Abby on the bridge, where she has the jeans on, the Chuck Taylors. I think it's like a black and white picture. And we've seen timestamps on the top. I don't know if those are accurate or not. That picture was not on Liberty's phone. ISP Cecil, who heads the Cyber Crimes Against Children Division, said that. So could that have been, did Abby have a phone? I think Abby did have a phone. So maybe, hey, Libby, take a video or take a picture of me on my phone, then I could share it out. So I don't know if that's a big deal or not, but it's just, it take you for granted. It's something that we just took as a total, that's how it is. And we were wrong. Everyone was wrong on all sides, I guess some people that said, oh, these things were taken at different times. But again, we know for a fact, let me explain this again in case you're coming in. We know for a 100% fact that the video bridge guy was taken at 2:13 on the Monon High Bridge, because in 2017, whatever video she shot it with, whether it was Snapchat or one of her videos from her phone, it had GPS. GPS is good to within 10 feet, might even be closer than 10 feet, okay? So that video was not taken anywhere else, was not added to her phone. That video is 100% accurate, 100% real. The other thing that we know is her phone did not move after 2:39 p.m. 2:39 p.m., she had an app on her phone that tracked her steps, and ISP Cecil testified to this, that it didn't move after 2:39 p.m. It died after 4 a.m., roughly around a quarter after 4. And right before it died, it got 15 text messages. So I don't know how that works. Again, I've told you, if you come out of service and you get them, and they all said they were like, seconds apart or whatever at the same time. So hopefully we get more about that. But the picture that we saw, which I think a kid got credited sending it to a newspaper, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, and maybe somebody corrected me here. Dealing with consequence of his action. Yeah, and I said this before. The BAU scripted that. I totally believe Jim Clemente, and I think the Undoing. I think it was Undoing. Him dressing Abby. He talked about Abby. He felt bad for Abby. He didn't feel bad for Libby. He left Libby the way he did because Abby, I thought for a long time, was the target, and the reason I thought she was a target was because of the Undoing. Because one was left one way and one was left the other way, and we don't know of any witnesses that were there at 2:45 on that bridge that made him run. Because I was waiting for that to come out. Was there anyone that walked across? Or, originally we heard that flannel shirt guy was 3:30. He got off of work. So whatever. And we also know 100%, without question, okay, without question, that Brad Holder is not bridge guy. Brad Holder was at work till 2:45. That video, we know without question, was taken at 2:13 at the Monon High Bridge. Now, if you think, hey, maybe they took the girl, or they took the phone or the girls to where they were going to leave them originally, dropped Libby's phone there, took the girls, came back, and then put one of the girls on top of the phone, because that phone didn't leave there. So that's what you have to believe if you believe the girls were left, because it counted by steps. So even if you walked out of that area, it's got to be a couple thousand steps to get to anywhere. Even if you walk straight up the hill to the cemetery, that's got to be 800, a couple thousand steps just to get up there. So that phone didn't move, okay? So if they took her, then they took her, and they took the girls to that spot, or took the phone to that spot, dropped it, brought the girls back, and laid one of the girls on top of the phone. All right? So Brad Holder is not bridge guy. I didn't think he was. I mean, he had bigger beard down to his belly. He was obviously a lot bigger than he could be, than bridge guy was. And so it's impossible. So that, if you want to believe now they took him out of the scene, and he did this and he did that, or you want to go pivot to Westfall because of what Amber Holder said. I get it. Maybe we need to see where police, that they walked down that road and they said, okay, listen, here's the thing. And then the other thing is, none of these Odinists were seen there. I know I call it the Keebler Elf sketch. The Keebler Elf, the scrawny kid early in the morning, could he have been Elvis Fields or whatever? No one's been able to prove that he was anywhere near Delphi at that time, and no one's seen or was able to identify him. And if I'm not mistaken, Elvis Fields' sister's there today. And I don't think she went on yet, as far as I can tell. I haven't gotten any text messages from anyone. And again, they're still in court. Still in court. Perlmutter, Patricia. Yes, Perlmutter. Thank you. She's actually kind of cool if you read about her. I read her bio, and I read her. She has a couple books and stuff, or at least a book, but I would like to learn more about her. Dawn Perlmutter. Thank you, Ben. Saint and a fried RA before this week. Poor family. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And again, one of the things I was going to show you today was when they said one of the girls was pregnant. She wasn't. Totally debunked. And there's a killing that happened in Indianapolis where a guy shot a bunch of people, and one of the people he shot was his ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend who was pregnant, and he got charged with that murder. So anyone that's telling you that someone was pregnant, they're full of shit. Maybe they're just misinformed. They're one of the two. They just could be mistaken too. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Prosecutors podcast, telling the truth. Yeah, I shared that thing recently in my community page. If you want the third party thing, and supposedly that's supposed to be happening now. That was the thing I most looked forward to. And again, Nancy Grace, American icon, said that she would let it in because it's so crazy. Audrey, Ruckus called the plea a long time ago. Yeah, Ruckus called the plea a long time ago. Goddamn Ruckus. He's told me a lot of things, and it's taken me not necessarily to plea, but other things. And it took me a couple months to realize it. But the goddamn cop's always right. Even in fantasy football, he's right. He likes the Patriots and not Steelers, so. Boston, Melissa, how are you? Mustang. I'm trying to catch up on all these comments. This box is so little. TLS. Yeah, no problem, TLS. Yeah, and Sarah, and I don't know if you could share that in here or not. I don't think you're a mod. I ain't gonna try to make you a mod on this because this thing will go away. Uh, is a group. I don't want to mispronounce her name. Esselbrook or something. She went live yesterday. She's been going to the hearings too. If the phone didn't move at 3:39, doesn't that mean Libby passed? That's when Libby passed away. It's possible, yeah, and I think that that's probably what they're going to say, unless he was doing something to them for that period of time. But that phone was on the ground. But I totally know where you're going, Brown Skittle. If the body was found on, if a body was found on top of the phone, and I'm not clear on which one it was. Maybe you guys are, and I don't want to state the wrong thing. But theoretically, yeah, that would make sense. That would absolutely make sense. Libby sent it on Snapchat. The young lad saved it, maybe saying, yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not that good on Snapchat. I don't even have one. So there was a boy on the bridge with Libby and Abby. Miranda, I don't think that that necessarily says that, but I could see how some people could construe that. Again, Libby or Abby might have sent that. All they said was that picture wasn't there. They didn't say it wasn't on Snapchat. They said it was not on Liberty's phone. So Liberty could have took the picture of Abby. Abby could have uploaded it, and then they could have saved it, is what could have happened. But it was just something that we just assumed for all that time. So to me, that's why it was that big of a deal. But I could see people running wild with that, and I'm sure they will tonight. Aiden Neville, you look like the FBI. Well, no one's ever said that to me. Thank you, though. I guess. Maybe it's not a compliment. Was there any mention of another video after Bridge Guy? Afterwards, no. As far as I could tell, no. I told you before, I think you guys talked before, but I think that there was a lot of video taken from early in the trails. But as far as I know, that video was just a little bit over 43 seconds. It wasn't much longer, and it never came back on. That phone never came back on. What is up, Cindy? Scott, Shelley, CJK. It's shocking that the Free Allen crowd wants the killer to go free. Well, you know, if here's the thing: if the cops fucked up with his due process or stuff, because that's what they're going to now. They're not really. I don't know if people are saying he's innocent anymore or whatever. I guess some people still are, but they're saying the due process thing. And I hope that they didn't fuck that up. I truly do. Because if they did, they need to be held accountable for that. I thought Anna had said Abby did not have a phone or a boyfriend. Yeah, she did say both of those things. But I don't know if she said that because she didn't think that or because police told her to say that. But yeah, she definitely 100% said both of those things. I don't even know if she knew that they had met each other. I watched an interview with her where she didn't think they met. What do I think of QAnon? I'm not big into politics, but I think QAnon's pretty outrageous. I don't believe any of it. I don't think any of the Kennedys are going to come back to life. I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden, and I also don't like Kamala Harris. So I'm pro-gun, and I'm pro-choice, I guess you would say. I'm a social, or I'm a conservative when it comes to financials, but I'm a liberal when it comes to social stuff. So there's not a box for me to put in. I do follow some of the stuff. I follow the betting, actually. Trump was heavy favorite when he got shot in the air. Kamala Harris has actually passed him up. Can you believe that? I don't know why. A guy for me at work, he's a diehard Democrat, and he said the reason is the first old guy warning system. Permanent ban will occur if live is not ended in 2 minutes. I don't know where that's from or what ban they're talking about. It was just, I don't even know what that was. It's been on longer than 2 minutes. Warning, system permanent ban will occur if video is not ended in 2 minutes. A notification. Is that a bot? Maybe that's a bot. I hope not. I don't think I did anything crazy. I've said way crazier shit in other lives. Whatever. Tom's okay. Wouldn't say he's funny. I think he is. He's a little like smart snide comments. They crack me up, Saint. Kind of warning is that? I don't know. I hope it was someone trying to be a jack-off and not actually YouTube. Like, again. Yeah, what's the 2-minute warning? It said I could pin the message. I'm pretty behind, and I think I'm past the 2 minutes. So I hope, I don't know. JK's deleting a lot of messages. It could be somebody just messing with me. He mentioned wounds consistent with serrated blade. Yes, I've heard that too. Staying off the grid. I don't know who that was. I do smoke, Ruckus. Weed too, you know that. But... What's up, bald head? That's okay. Corey Freeman. What is up, GP? Well, David Sparrow was time. I don't know what he said. I'm not even sure who he is. Oh, coming in Detroit. Hey, that's okay. Whatever. Free country. They control if they like. I appreciate the views, and I appreciate the help with the algorithm. Rodrigo. I'm kind of disappointed. That was a cigarette, Melissa. I'm kind of disappointed I get to read some of these comments. Juana Moreno. When she related to former pirate Omar Moreno. Brian Ford was timed out. Yeah, I'm not sure what anyone's saying, but I'm just giving you the straight skinny here. Mahdi was timed out. Mikhail Hamid was timed out. You guys gotta have some better names than this. Have some funny names. What is up, Solar Chef Steph? James is down for the eye to eye. Chosen One. You could do better than a name like that, Chosen One. Ibrahim. Are you related to the running back from Boston College? Muhammad Ibrahim, I wonder. Oh. It must be hitting nerves with how many people are coming in. This is the most I've ever been trolled. I'm actually flattered by it. Thank you, moderators, for doing what you do. Let's get back to the questions of us human beings now. I think the whole thing is going to be worse than people think. Scott, yeah, I could see that too. Charlotte, I thought that too. Young lad with a screenshot. If I wasn't mistaken, that was a young boy that sent that. I don't know if it was to a newspaper or not. But I could be wrong. Maybe someone put that in there. Really sorry to talk about this, but who are we talking about? Is it about little girls that went missing? Yeah, Becca. Delphi murders, Mona on High Bridge is the bridge we're talking about. Richard Allen is arrested and accused of the double homicide. Failed father was timed out. That's a funny name. James Manning. Wow. You guys are going hard. I am. I'm absolutely XWX. I don't know what that means. I'm absolutely flattered. Skylar. Yeah, we believe we have the guilty party now. I mean, we'll see. I mean, there could be more evidence. We don't know. Four Pimples needs to lay off the math. Yeah. That's probably good advice. I guess he had a comment here that I didn't see. Well, hey. I know he's still watching. You can screenshot them because you probably need some new pictures for your Coach Kev Hall of Fame. And that's great. I appreciate your help with the algorithm. Nancy has her moments, but when she gets it right, she's a fierce advocate for victims. I don't know if Nancy got blocked here. Shelby DeVoy. Please, sir, find a job, please. Samuel Zerhian. Samuel, if you're talking about me, I've been a fireman in McKeesport, Pennsylvania for 23 years. I do have a job. Actually, it's a career. James, I think Anna totally believed Abby had a phone. Yeah, that's interesting. And I don't think she was there again today, if anyone asked that. Message held for review. Wow, man. You guys are really flattering me. Yeah, I don't really care. You're not, I mean, it's... Do what you feel. Could be a bot. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's happened, Grizz? I'm gonna get out of here in a couple minutes. I don't know if Frank's going up at 8:30. I don't want to touch my screen and scroll down to see anything because I don't want to get kicked off of here. Roxy was timed out. Oh, here's a good one. Hookah Smoking Caterpillar. Now that's a funny name. Mustang, it's been longer than 2 minutes since that warning. Yeah, I think that was someone doing, I don't know, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, man. Go outside and catch baseball or something. Gibbo, thank you for wearing a shirt. Gibbo, I did it for you. I was thinking about showing the taco meat and going shirtless tonight, but I was like, I got it. My man Gibbo's on the market. And, yeah. Yeah, if I don't say hi to someone, it's not intentional either. Shelly. Ooh, mom lover. I look like Steve Harvey. I wonder who that is. I'm not going to show the comment. Mom lover 333 can tell you where you could buy reflammable, fillable crosses. And again, like if you're racist in 2024, you're pretty much your opinion on anything doesn't matter to me. Like the war's over, get any parts for your head. Yeah, but I believe Richard Allen was happy his toilet toffees were brought up. Did you catch in Rescue's notes that Libby was moved? Uh, how far moved? We knew that she was moved, and I don't know exactly that for sure. Melissa, Four Pits is a freak show. One way to put it. Yeah, if that's him in here or whatever, I don't care. People could say whatever they want. They're not really bothering me. Yeah. Mom Lover 333 is quite a. You're quite the humanitarian, aren't you, huh? God, quit being so mad all the time. Smoke some dope. 412 Vibe. The Keysport PA here. What's up, man? Amir Elder Alderon. What kind of slap in the face was that where you can't apologize to poor Libby to think both girls? I don't know, Boston. That's odd too. And it seems that to me, it seems that he's pivoted from that when he's found religion, talking about the Bible, going to both of the families. But I don't know that. That's very odd. But again, it lends credence to that Abby was the target of whatever he had planned that day. These are all people scrolling through shorts from Grizz. That's what the notes say. It's on the record now. Okay, good, Miss P. I'm going to share those notes. Yeah, I do. There's 7 pages. I'm going to share those notes here when I get out of here. I think 412 Vibe is okay. That's my area code. GP, I hope you didn't lose me. Scott Daly, thank you. Mustang. Frankie Norbert Steiner, that's pretty funny. What is up, Mother of Dragons? How are you? Good to see you. Bottom feeders, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? You just I'm too happy. You ain't knocking my hustle. My friends. Yeah, 412 Vibe appears to be somebody from my hometown, which is cool. Saz, France. What is happening? I hope maybe getting to check out some Olympics over there. I think the older you get, the more you're into Olympics. 412 Vibe. Yeah, he's a Trump fan. Hey, you can post whatever you want here. Caden was timed out. Willie Dicker. Now that's funny. There you go. That's a good one. Daily Survivor, how are you doing? I'm going to get out here in a couple minutes. I'm going to try to get through this chat. Darth Vapor. Darth Vapor's funny too. Again, all you guys, thank you for your help with the algorithm. And thank you for the views on my channel. I really appreciate it. You guys, I'm talking about the big red farmer. I'm talking about the trolls. And I also want to thank the real people that are actual people in here. Home Depot carries them. CJK. Prof is in it. I haven't seen him. I don't know. He's welcome to come in if he wants. Anyone's welcome to come in. They can come in if they want. Always listen. I could always use the views. Help with the algorithm. I appreciate it. So, to surmise, before I get out of here, and again, I haven't looked, so I hope Frank Meister's having it live at 8:30 because I'm telling everybody that he is. And 63 clocks, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So for the people that weren't here early, here's the we're gonna redo the big things here. Okay, so this I'm just reporting back secondhand stuff. So we owe thanks to Jinx, Rescue All the Dogs. Aspen, I think, is there. Yeah, Aspen is there. I kind of half talked to him on the phone. Frank Meister and Frosty went yesterday. Everyone that covers the case. You know, there's people we don't like. I appreciate Bob Motta's point of view going there. I do. I appreciate everyone that goes, takes time out of their day, to get us this information, because this isn't televised. So I think that that's I appreciate that from everyone. So again, things we found out: 239, or I'm sorry, the video 213, the video from Cecil from the Indiana State Police. He's the head of the cyber crimes unit. He said that that video was taken at 213. The GPS is correct. It was at the Mona on High Bridge. Abby's phone never moved again after 2:39 p.m. So, for whatever that means, it could, again, you draw your own conclusions on that. I told you how I feel about that already. Uh, it had a step tracker app on it. It was like a health app that either she downloaded or the iPhones had at that time. I'm not exactly clear on that. It doesn't work in a car, but you're at least 1,000 steps from any car where the girls are found at. Okay. The picture of Abby that we all saw on the bridge, it's like a black and white picture. She has the jeans, she has the chucks on. That picture was not in Liberty's phone, and that came under cross-examination from Auger. I hope I say her name right, Auger. I don't know if there's any follow-up to that, or if that was just something to say, well, hey, we know that already. But it's interesting because we all thought that, we just assumed that. Now, my first assumption, and a couple other people in here said that maybe Libby took the picture of on Abby's phone. We didn't know Abby had a phone. I thought she's had one for a while, so that kind of jives in with me. But it's just something that you think you know every detail, or a lot of details of this case, and some of we can hammer down. You really can't, because we all assumed that. So, for whatever that's worth, there was phone pings that the phone pings that went around town. We talked overnight, and there was different ones. Abby's phone died Liberty's phone died shortly after 4 a.m. Right before it died, she got like 15 text messages back to back. So I don't know if she didn't have service there, if something happened. But that, again, Cecil testified to that. He was the guy. He's the tech guy for the Indiana State Police. Okay. What else did we have today that was big? Richard Allen gave his Bible away. He wanted the families of Liberty and Abby to have it. In my opinion, showing remorse. And maybe I'm a sucker, but I think maybe this guy did find religion, because he's saying things that are hurting himself. He's not saying I'm finding religion and then being, sneaky about it or anything like that. He made over 60 detailed confessions. We found out in the previous days. Never once that we know of that they said have implicated another person. Can't imagine why the defense wouldn't do that. So, let me see. The autopsy supposedly in court, it's been reported that it didn't have a time of death. The defense said. So I don't know if that was rebutted or not. And I went into autopsy, medical examiner, and the differences for the very little bit that I know about it. And again, they said it was a J.D. Cree or McCree did it. He was the Carroll County guy. But then I saw before that it was in Terre Haute, and I looked that doctor up too. So I'm not really clear on that. And again, I have the Carroll County autopsies for the Florida 4 girls, and there's no time of death listed on there either. Just so I don't know if that matters or not. But that's a very interesting thing, right? So we need to figure that out. That needs to be explained without question. Alan, one of the confessions was to the chaplain. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Jinx gave me all kind of... Oh, Amber Holder. I'll finish with Amber Holder. And if you're just coming in or you missed it, StreamYard got fucked for me tonight. I had recordings with Jinx ready to play, and I can't play them now. But we thank her and all those for going there. So Amber Holder gets interviewed, and they're still in court right now as far as I know. They said it could be till 9 o'clock tonight. Amber Holder took the stand for the defense. Amber Holder said she still has a good relationship with Brad. Amber Holder said that Logan Holder was Abby's boyfriend. He was very depressed and very sad, and his dad was really drunk one night and said that Paul Westfall and some other people killed your girlfriend. Now, I don't know if that was ever followed up with or anything else like that, but Amber Holder did make the statement. Amber Holder said that Brad Holder would cut himself and do Odinist rituals, and one time he cut her hand and kind of involuntary and pushed the blood in there and tried to explain to her. It wasn't like a domestic thing, although it certainly could be construed as one, I guess. So maybe I shouldn't have said that. But she wasn't fearful. She was she was more shocked from what I gathered. She also said that Odin protects women and children, which I didn't know. So this type of killing would be against what Odinism stands for, according to Amber Holder. And again, the lady's name, and darn it, I'm going to have to scroll back up and find it. They had a ritual crime scene expert, which I had some in the notes. I can't cover it a whole lot, but she did lend credence to said that it could have been an Odinist sacrifice. She said that she's seen one other Odinist sacrifice, but it hasn't been adjudicated yet. And I don't know how much it Someone put that name in there for me again at the bottom, so I don't have to scroll up and lose this. Pearl something or other, I forget. But she testified today too, so I'm interested in her. I shared her picture in Discord. She's a really interesting lady. I'd really like to learn more about her. And I'm not knocking her at all or anything like that. And from Kim's notes, and again, I'll share them from Kim's notes. They were Dawn Perlmutter. Perlmutter. Thank you, Ben. Again, I owe you like 4 tonight, Ben. Perlmutter, and through her notes, she did not know anything about Brad Holder. So I guess she just saw crime scene photos. That hasn't been explained yet. But when the people come out of court, they're going to have a better explanation than me. I'm glad I could share this with you. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I want to thank everyone in chat tonight. You guys were fantastic. I hope I gave you some information. I hope I didn't screw anything up. And again, follow your favorite creators and see what they have. People that were in the courtroom today, they'll probably be able to give a better explanation to me. I don't know if Frank's going live at 8:30 or not. He talked about it. If he does, I'll send him the stuff. He could share the notes. She probably already sent them to him too. So I appreciate everyone in there tonight, and I appreciate the trolls. Holy shit, you know how to make a guy feel good. Like, I'm fucking flattered that there's that many trolls in my thing here. So I thank you for your help with the algorithm, and I thank you for your help with the with my channel. Really. Wow, I'm flattered. I feel like I sent you guys cards or something. But anyways, we're going to get out of here from the porch. We're going to say tentacles, and we'll have more information as it comes out. As far as I know right now, court is still in session. And boy, was there some tentacles released today. All right. I guess I didn't get kicked off YouTube. I guess that was a spam bot or whatever. If they were smart, they would know that I'm way behind in chat, so that's probably not going to work. But all right, everybody. Hey, Dave. What is up, Dave? I'm going to get out of here. Check your favorite creators tonight, and like and share the video if you thought I had good information. I hope it's all good, and I hope I didn't screw anything up. And I'm sorry to Jinx that I couldn't play her message because she said hi to tell you hi. So, hey, 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. Well, hey, the clock stops at a 2-minute warning, so now's a good time to stop it. All right, everybody. I love you, and thank you very much. Coach Kev out.